Hi guys, I'm back and we're gonna wrap up this EA Mictlan series, unfortunately, because I'm actually getting subbed off this nation. Well, not subbed off. I've been asked to play in a different role in this game. Um, so we're gonna take over a different nation. But I'd like to finish up the recording here before I set myself AI on Mictlan. So it's turn 62. We are developing our blood economy. We actually have almost, let's see, 20, 60. Let's see, 20 is 40, 60, 70, 75-ish slaves coming in per turn, maybe, well, let's call it 80 slaves a turn. That's not bad. What? Um, I tried to assassinate one of Ermor's guys this turn. Oh, and unfortunately, it's a death too, so he's going to cast Horde of Skeletons, and he has death gems. So my guy's going to cast Swarm twice and then probably pass out. Yeah, Fatigue 134. And unfortunately, this guy could continually cast Horde of Skeletons. Oh, he's taking poison damage. Oh my goodness, we almost got him. 3 health. I just about, well, I didn't win it, but I just about didn't not lose it. Um, we send our little anti-Ermor raiding party here with a couple of our sacreds. Um, this is way overkill, but I'm not sure what Ermor is going to field. And let's see, Ermor attack turn and Og, Ermor attack turn and Og. Got some events, good events, minus gem income. There's an arena battle. I'm hoping we send something in. Oh yeah, there's an evil Jarl here. Let's watch this guy stomp. Guttorm, the Neefle Jarl. Enormous strength. So this costs Therados nothing to send this guy. Oh, you put a kit on him. Sword of Swiftness. It's an anti-thug kit. And both of them have Vine Shields. But all it takes is one hit. Whereas this guy could have survived a hit. Evening Star. Fire and weakness. So if he does hit, the weakness permanently cripples thugs. It's a morning star. Yeah, morning star. So it gets the +2 attack versus shield, and it's a high attack weapon. So it allows this guy to deal with thugs. And he's feeble-minded. Oh, because of the slave collar. But that's just for the people's arena. Cool. Um, We breached this fort, but we're not going to stay on it because we're surrounded by stuff. This is me misunderstanding the move rules. I misjudged here. I was thinking I'd be able to move off here and get the collision, but instead next turn I'm going to get pincered. Both of these are going to move on top of one another. This group's moving to the south here, and then just general uh, blood economy here. We're going to make a little thug kit for this guy because we're we're gonna lose against Ermor. Um, so I'm just looking for things to do in this game. So this guy's gonna make a thug kit, and then we're generally just going to spend all of our stuff. We've got lightless lanterns, blood thorns, blood economy. We're contacting more civitetos to get the undead production up, and yeah. So let's turn 62. Let's go to turn 63. Um, okay, so Tir attacks. Uh, so we're now in a 2 versus 1, Ermor and Tir and like this is really like even though I don't normally do much Diplo in the games that I'm recording for YouTube, like in other games I will be a little more active diplomatically. This game I'm not. I just kind of like show up, do the turns, move on, kind of like a blitz then rather than a traditional game. Um, but you can understand that In the situation where I subbed in turn 33, there was Vanheim here. We attack Vanheim, take lands from him. Ermor takes lands from here. Tirnanog takes lands from him, and then Ermor and Tirnanog start fighting. So I'm safe because they are involved with one another. As soon as they declared peace, like I know I'm in danger. And I immediately assumed I'm in more danger from Ermor because Ermor didn't have any other borders. No other contact aside from Tirnanog. Tirnanog presumably surrounds him on all sides. Um, and it's the same thing with Tirnanog. If Tirnanog isn't fighting, in this case, like Therados, Niflheim, I don't know, Ceramatia's down here, uh, who's he going to attack? If he declares peace with Ermor, it's me. So like this is coming. And I'm not in a position to do anything about it, unfortunately. So the turn will be over. Might as well take a look and see the little mini kits he's sending at me. Um, Frostbrand. Frostbrand is 5. Eye Shield is 10. Should technically be a Vine Shield. This is 5. Twist Fate and Amulet of Anti-Magic is an interesting flexion. This is a little expensive for a Thug Kit. Take a look at the Bless. Max Shock Resistance could make sense. Could see that. Poison Resistance, there's a Therados in the game, makes sense. Fire Resistance, that's useful for fighting Ermor, as we'll see in a moment. Cold Resistance, sure, there's nations like that. HP and Chill Aura, so the Cold Resistance is coming from the Chill Aura. Don't know about Chill Aura this game. Don't really see the value in that. This guy has tough skin and a ton of experience stars. It's a cheap kit for a guy with a lot of experience stars. So yeah, Blessing, Mistform, Flight, and it's going to be attack rare. And easy. Let's see what this one is. We're not going to watch all these. I'm not engaged enough at this point. Yeah, so this is probably a more modern version of that because he's got the Vine Shield instead of the Eye Shield. Rather than Amulet of Anti-Magic, he's got a Trident. It's going to be the same script. Blessing, Mistform, attack rear. Oh. He does Barkskin instead. Is there a reason he's using different scripts? Oh, this guy has tough. This guy already has high natural protection with his heroic ability, so Barkskin would only get him +1 protection. So he doesn't see the value in that. Oh, and these guys are getting magic phased in. That's neat. Shillelagh with luck. Really, it's the luck that's helpful here. Yeah, very high defense, relatively killy. Thug right there. If I was going to be able to kill one, it would have been this one. Oh, and I should have scripted that guy to retreat. Oh, okay. So yeah, we just consolidate in response to this. Let's look at ourselves get pincered by Ermor here. So this is, I don't really have mage support here. I've got a few slaves. So I think I'm going to get anti-magic off. I do not get fire resistance off, and this is Pillars of Fire. That's just going to fry me. Oh, and I might need to stop this because my computer's not going to be able to handle it. Yes, you're vulnerable to fire. That's good. So we're doing Strength of Giants. These guys are blessed. And yeah, they're blessed, and they've got the blood strength buff. So they're rocking around with 23 strength for lots of damage. It's going to be a little spread out because they're enlarged. And unfortunately for me, Pillar of Fire is a high point damage spell. So because of the blood bond, when the spell lands, I'll just let the audio play out. And because of the blood bond, when the spell lands, it actually, I might be better off just having my guys die rather than spreading it out. Because we'll watch as the Aussies land. Okay, we must have missed it. We must have missed it. They just landed and evaporated. Let's take a look. So Wailing Winds, so Divine Channeling for Smite, Natural Storm to help with the flying, which means my guys won't fly once the storm goes up, and Light of the Northern Star, so 2 boost spells, so to make the Smites more powerful. So these guys actually hold the line all right. They end up retreating due to morale failures, but they're pretty strong here. Now, that's because these guys, magic weapons, decay weapons, magic resistance, this is not enough damage. These guys' protection is 17 versus these attacks. It just isn't enough to go through. So these guys can hold the line. The trouble is the artillery fire from the back. So the evocations from the mages are what route this front line. Now, the Ozelotls, they're just not good enough. They don't have the HP pool to regenerate. They don't have the same natural protection, and they just get evaporated. They jumped in the back closer to the mages, so the mages targeted them first, so they're all dead. But these serpents actually are good line holders. It's just I need some artillery to do damage to his troops over the line because I don't have anything that's killing his stuff. That's good enough. We'll stop that. And we'll look at the damage done here. So, in terms of, I of course lost everything. I lost Moon Priest, so 175. I lost 2 Priest Kings, so that's 230, so that's let's call it 600 gold. Tribal King, not good. Troll King survived, Turkey survived, and then all of these Sacreds disappeared. This many Ozelotls is not good. 75 is too much, and I lost every single one of them. I also lost the Jade Serpents too. Now, but what did it cost the opponent? Like if I was only fighting one-on-one and I wanted to compare my battle efficiency. He lost 28 augurs. That's a fair chunk of change. 28 times 65 is 1,800 gold. But he probably has scales, so he has gold. Same thing with Centurions a little bit, Line Tribe Witch Doctors just a little bit, and then a few units, but a few. And then maybe the Retarii disappeared because they're gladiators. So if they fight in combat and kill things, then they disappear on you. But this is replaceable. He can field another one of these armies. This is a lot of augurs to lose. It really is. So in another setting, I wouldn't have been disappointed about this. I lost 3 turns of cap recruitment, 3 turns of cap recruitment? Yeah, 3 turns of cap recruitment in those mages. And then he didn't lose any turns of cap recruitment. But those augurs do add up. Like that's each of these is a fort turn, so that's 28 fort turns, and this is 3 cap turns. But this is a lot of Aussie summoning, a lot of Aussie summoning. This is way more than 3 Aussie summons. It's closer to 28 turns of Aussie summoning. So definitely not replaceable. It's not a sustainable war. I would need to trade much better than this in order to win. He sent a little raiding party. This is good. I really like it. This is exactly the right size to do. You could run into 6 PD, no problem with this. Well, not necessarily no problem, and kill it, and you won't be upset if like it gets counter raided there. Yeah. So that's turn 63. Let's go to turn 64. I switch over to Thaumaturgy so I can get some spells, summon some monster toads in one of my lands that is under siege. We see some things go up. Gift of Health by Therados. I think this is Sea of Ice by Niflheim. And we get assassinated. So these Bean Shees, this is going to be assassins from TNN. Yeah. God, TNN has so many tools. I should have probably given this guy some gems, and he might have casted something more useful. He cannot handle air elementals, unfortunately. If he had some elementals of his own, he might have been able to do it. But no. And then this guy is going to be on the same script, lesser air elementals, and that's fine. This guy's gonna die. Handful of acorns and a couple air gems. That's pretty efficient for assassins. This is our leftovers from that big battle. Recuperating. Ermor moves in. We had no leaders here, so I couldn't save these troops. So this is the rest of his army, right? So the 25 augurs that survived came out this time. So you'll notice there's still tons of troops. It's the mage line that's thinned. It's about half the mages this time. And the She Lords just raid around. I didn't make any moves to try and catch any raiders. And we're gold capped. We are now totally boned. So I make this guy. This ends up not being a good idea. We'll take a look next turn, which is my last turn. Bloodthorn, so an Athame, which allows him to leech life. Frostbrand for the area of effect clear. Whorehelm for fear. Lots of shock resistance because I'm worried about shock, so 25 shock resistance. Quickness, regen, and amulet of anti-magic because I'm worried about magic. And he's going to go off and try and fight, and we'll watch and we'll see how that goes. In order to make things frustrating for my opponents, we're binding Jaguar Fiends where possible and blood hunting where not. We don't care about unrest anywhere at this point. We're just trying to screw over the people that are going to take our lands. And this is a good way to screw them over, so make a blood 6 blood hunt. Because we don't need anything at this point. We just want to sacrifice our lands. It's great. We're letting Therados' dominions wash over this area, so the pop kill is going to be nice and high. And these guys are going to get relatively little for conquering me. I do have this province here, which is good. This one is valuable. So valuable, actually. And of course the throne. Everybody's going to want the throne. Need the thrones to win. Those were the assassinations there. Both of them were Tir-na-nog assassinations, interestingly enough. So, Ermor wouldn't have seen them. That's turn 64. Let's take a look at my last turn, 65. Okay. All right. Let's watch on the main screen. I think it's this one. Yes. Okay, so it's just the monster toads we managed to get. These things have a poison cloud, and they're undisciplined, like the jaguars. It looks like I'm not blessing, but I think I'm blessing. There's going to be some blessing here. Yeah, so Sabbath Master, Sabbath Slave. So this guy's still not. The Sabbath spells and blood are 100 fatigue, so it's somewhat expensive. We'll watch to see what this guy casts. Hell Power, excellent. So Hell Power is the buff that I want to get off on him. Hell Power boosts everything. So 4 attack should be 4 defense. So he's enlarged because he's blessed, and he's blessed now. So attack, defense, and strength is up, which should get him decent damage from his Athame and his Venomous Fangs, of course. And we're at 40 max hit points, and we're still max. And Hell Power gets you Whore Marks. This is a whore, a belly maw whore. These things are ridiculously good. I'm not going to go into different whores because like there's a lot of them. But in general, whores cause problems. Our guy disappeared. What happened to him? So, yeah, it's a lot. Just a lot of hits. He would have got harassed down. So you look at him, he's Seventh Master, Hell Power, and then he starts getting hit. And the question is, I guess, let's watch it again and see if he's unconscious when he gets hit. So, if I had been able to shelter him, would he have maybe recovered? Sabbath Master, Hell Power. Now he's still awake, 40 fatigue. So he's getting a lot of reinvigoration. That's one of the key things about this. But it's just too much too much coming in. These guys, again, with the lack of offensive abilities, but they all have golden spears, which is actually pretty decent attack, pretty decent damage. Their attack is for 17, which will get through my defense and whittle it down quite a bit. Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. And with that, I'm sending myself AI this turn, and that's the game. Thank you for watching. I'm going to record one more episode looking at the Pretender. I've avoided critiquing it so far, and I think I'm going to take the opportunity now that I've played out the game to take a look at the Pretender in a little more detail, with some benefit of hindsight too. The reason why I'm subbing out at this point, as opposed to fighting to the bitter end, is because the player for Niflheim wants out. So if you guys recall, several turns ago, it wasn't actually that many turns ago, the Niflheim player subbed, and then I had like some weird Diplo interactions with the new player, and now the new player wants to quit. So I'm actually going to switch over from playing Mictlan, because I think I'm done with Mictlan here, or rather, by leaving the game, I'm not hurting the game. And I've been asked to take over for Niflheim, and I'm not going to record me playing Niflheim, unfortunately. Sweet. Okay. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you join me for the wrap up.